Good morning. Today what we're going to do is we're going to look at the product property of exponents. The product property of exponents. So when you multiply two powers with the same base, number one, you multiply the coefficients. Number two, you keep the base. And number three, you add the exponents. So let's look at example number one. Example number one is x to the fifth times x to the third. Please notice that they have the same base. Both bases are x. So we're going to multiply the coefficients. There's an understood 1 in the coefficient spot for each of these powers. So 1 times 1 is 1. We're going to keep the base. The bases are the same, so that's x. And we're going to add the exponents. We're going to take the two exponents, 5 and 3, and we're going to add them. So that gives me x to the 8th power. Now, the reason this works is because when you multiply x to the 5th, x to the 5th is x times x times x times x times x. It's x 5 times. And when I multiply that by x to the third, that's x times x times x. So this is x to the third. This is x to the fifth. And when we multiply those two together, we're really just adding all the x's that we're multiplying. So we're adding 5 x's to 3 x's, which gives me x to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is x to the 8th. Okay, that's why this works. Okay, if you need to pause the video and copy that part down, please do so. We're going to look at example number 2. What if I had a to the second times b to the third, and we're going to multiply that times a times b to the second. All right, we're still multiplying powers here. This is still multiplication. Notice that all of the coefficients are still 1. We have to look for the powers that have the same base. So a and a. The exponent here is an understood 1. So this is a to the second times a to the first. Then we have a b and a b. So this is b to the third times b to the second. I just used commutative property of multiplication to move the order around here. Now we can keep the same base and add the exponents. 2 plus 1. Keep the same base and add the exponents. We are still multiplying these two things together. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. And now we have an answer of a to the third, b to the fifth. This is our answer. Even though these are multiplied, these bases are not the same, so we cannot add those exponents. Okay, pause the video and copy that down. And we're going to move to example number 3. Okay, so let's say we have 5x to the third times 2x to the fourth. All right, so we're multiplying powers. Notice we have the same base. This is x and this is x. So we're going to first multiply the coefficients. 5 times 2. Then we're going to keep the base, x, and we're going to add the exponents. 3 plus 4. 5, this is all multiplication because this is multiplication and this is multiplication. So this is 5 times x to the third times 2 times x to the fourth. So 5 times 2, multiplying the coefficients is 10. Keep the base, add the exponents, 3 and 4 is 10x to the 7th. All right, copy that one down. If you have any questions on the property